At first glance, everything looked perfect, sunlight dancing on the manicured lawns of the Montecito mansion, luxury SUVs quietly rolling through private gates, and an estate tucked into California's hills whispering of reinvention and freedom. This was their fresh start, a palace of their own, but behind those high hedges, something shifted, not with a bang, but with a whisper. Prince Harry didn't just leave for a royal event. He vanished. No press release, no photo ops, just silence. And now the world is asking, what was he running from? When Meghan and Harry stepped away from the monarchy, some called it betrayal, others called it bravery. But one man offered them something no one else did, refuge. Tyler Perry, media mogul and deeply spiritual figure, opened his private estate to them, not just for shelter, but for safety, for privacy, for a pause. For a time, it was their sanctuary. Within those gates, they weren't royals, they were free. They started rewriting their story, one of truth, identity, and independence, or so it seemed. Tyler Perry didn't just offer a home. He became godfather to their daughter, and Meghan even called him her guardian angel. But even angels have breaking points. Sources say something changed, slowly at first. Public shout-outs stopped, podcast references were edited, social media mentions quietly disappeared. All around the time, Perry himself was slammed with a $260 million lawsuit. People close to him said it felt like the Sussexes stepped back when things got messy. A pattern they'd seen before. And that's when whispers turned into rumors. While living under Perry's roof, everything, and we mean everything, was recorded. Not just photos or social clips. 17 hours of footage. Emotional conversations, arguments, laughter, breakdowns, and behind-the-scenes planning, even rehearsals of how to speak to the media, how to frame their story, how to control the narrative. Some claim it was just documentation. Others believe it was insurance. Snippets, allegedly seen by people with access, contradict nearly every public statement they've made since leaving the crown. One insider called it brand suicide in a flash drive. As Montecito glowed on the outside, inside things were crumbling. The $100 million Netflix deal? Quietly slashed to $20 million. Projects delayed. Scripts shelved. Viewership down. Meghan's cooking show? Described as stiff and disconnected. The podcast? Delayed indefinitely. Archwell Foundation? Donations reportedly drying up. And the $14 million mansion? A financial burden. Security costs, taxes, payroll, all mounting. Whispers of foreclosure started circulating. Staff began leaving, not fired, but walking away from what they saw as inevitable collapse. One insider described it as a house of mirrors, but no one wanted to look at their own reflection. And in Hollywood, once friendly collaborators began stepping back, not out of malice, but out of fear. Fear of what might be exposed. Fear of what might drop. Because in this town, no one wants to be caught in the blast radius. And Tyler Perry? Silent. No tweets. No statements. Just silence. And that silence? It's deafening. For a couple who built their entire post-royal identity on owning their story, the real question now is, who owns it now? The tapes, if they exist, may not even need to be released. The threat alone is doing the damage. As the heartbeat of their public image slows, one thud at a time, loyalty is cracking, reputation is bleeding, and the narrative is slipping from their hands. Whatever's on those tapes might not just challenge their truth, it could rewrite it entirely.